Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Friday, February 28th edition of the MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Cole Shelton. I just brought him on the show today to talk shop. You know, it's nice to have someone to bounce back the MMA talk with. So, Cole, what's up, man?
Nothing. What about you?
I'm good. I'm just waiting to see what happens with the weigh-ins right now. It's about 10:30 in the morning on Friday morning, and we're just waiting to see what happens with basically Grant Dawson and Deiveson Figueiredo at this point. You'd hope both guys make weight. I'm crossing my fingers they do, Cole. I mean, everything you've heard from Deiveson's camp, he was on point to make weight. He's a bigger flyweight, though, so cutting that extra pound to make the championship weight, Cole, potentially could be a problem, but I think you're pretty confident he makes the weight.
Yeah, I think he is. I'm pretty confident Dawson makes the weight too. Dawson's never had any problems. It's just some guys.
Oh, we got breaking news. Grant Dawson just missed weight. So whatever you just said was wrong. Grant Dawson just came in at 149.5.
Holy jump.
Yeah. My friend Steve Jeffrey is actually at the event right now. You can follow him on Twitter at Steve Jeffrey. Steve's a really old friend of mine and friend of James's as well, James Lynch's. He's at the event covering it this weekend. And yeah, he just wow, that's bad.
And did you see all the stuff he was talking about? Like he's like, oh, Minor's not like he's not UFC caliber. Like I'm gonna show this guy. He chokes every under, and then he goes and miss weights by
3.5 pounds. Yeah. Technically, it's a non-title, but 4.5 really. I mean, that's just pathetic. I'm still gonna pick him to win tomorrow. I mean, he's the better fighter against Darrick Minner. He should probably finish him, but at this point, like, does that fight even go on? Because that's a pretty big weight miss. I don't know what the commission rule is there. Some commissions, like, there's a certain amount of pounds that they can go over. What was that fight canceled? Wasn't it Claudia Gadelha and Randa Marcos? It was 3 pounds.
It was Grasso Gadelha.
And Grasso and Gadelha. How many pounds was it? 5 or 3? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was in that range. But I'm just looking at Dawson. So Dawson's past 3 fights as weighing results, and he weighed 146, 145.5, and 145.8. So like it didn't seem like he had a problem ever making weight. So
yeah, and like I just said, it's commission variant, but Grasso came in at 121.5, so that's 5.5 pounds. That's a pretty big difference. I'm pretty sure this fight's going to still go on, but geez, man, like this wasn't even close. And like you said, this is a guy with a pretty big mouth who talks a lot of smack, Cole. Doesn't even make weight. So you're clearly shocked, Cole, because you just said he's going to make weight a second before I broke the news.
I thought because in the past, like it's like he's looked good on the scale. Like he's weighed like one fight he weighed 145.5 and he didn't look that bad. Like he's not one of those guys where he makes weight but he looks bad on the scale. Like he's got that's consistently made weight and hasn't looked bad. So obviously something bad had to happen for him to miss by that much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and he's had a lot of fights kind of like been canceled and stuff, Cole, and shifted to different events. He's had to cut weight probably a few different times. I don't know if he's been actually cutting the weight, but like on track to cut the weight. And maybe that screwed up his cycle this time for the weight cutting or whatever. But I shouldn't even say cycle. That's the wrong. I only said that because he's been, he's had some trouble with USADA as well. So this guy's just a mess right now, Cole. But a very talented fighter, man. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to pick him. I mean, I don't see any reason I changed my pick.
Yeah, I don't think Darrick Minner. I agree with Grant Dawson. I don't think Darrick Minner is UFC caliber.
Yeah, I hate to agree with the guy that just missed weight by 3.5 pounds. But when he said that Darrick Miner's not UFC caliber, he's not wrong, really. Like, 24-10 record, Cole. I mean, that says it for itself, right? Like, he's getting this chance because they needed a short notice opponent. I mean, good for that guy. He's in the UFC. He's going to make probably, $12,000 to show. Good for him.
Happy for the probably going to get a second fight, too. Because
probably will get a second fight, so he'll probably make, $24,000 this year. And he'll probably lose both those fights and get cut. I mean, I don't want to be a hater, but probably going to happen. And, yeah, like I said, the only guy left is Figueiredo. Guillermo Cruz just had a tweet. Deiveson Figueiredo, only fighter left to weigh in for UFC Norfolk. He's only hit the 125-pound mark in UFC once versus John Moraga in Brazil a few years ago. So this is kind of uncharted territory for Mr. Figueiredo. But I know you and Waleed and Deiveson are pretty good terms, I guess. And I know you told me the other day, you're like, yeah, he said he's making the weight. He'll make the weight, but I mean, a lot of fighters say that, Cole, and they're lying when they know they're really going to struggle a lot. He's a big flyweight, Cole. Davis.
He's a big guy. And that's what I talked to him Wednesday night, and I basically said, do you have any interest going 135? Like, you're a bigger guy. You have Cejudo as the champ, so it wouldn't be a huge difference. And he's like, no, I just want to defend the flyweight belt for years to come. Like, I don't want to be a guy moving weight classes, which is kind of interesting because I thought being a champion at flyweight kind of gives you the opportunity to go up to bantamweight. So 'cause he is a bigger guy. Like he's a guy that has made 125. He's only made it once in his career, so should be interesting.
I agree. All right, let's get to some news here, and we'll just keep waiting to see what happens with Deiveson. Hopefully, he makes weight, Cole. But yeah, as far as Grant Dawson goes, last thing on him, I think they give him an hour to cut the weight, but he's not going to make it, Cole. 3.5 over. There's no way he's going to make the weight, so he'll miss weight for this event. And probably, I think 20% of his purse goes to Derek Weiner. So, hey, extra money for Derek. He might make 15,000 just to get beat up. It's pretty good. I don't think he's going to win that fight. I hate to be, sour on the guy, but he's taking it on a week's notice against the guy who's one of the best prospects at 145. It's a tough matchup, man. All right. Oh, Kevin's got a question. Hey, Kevin. Hi, guys. My question today is, Cole look more like a young Tom Hanks or a young Dave Matthews? This has been driving me nuts for a long time. I think he looks like a young Cole Shelton, but yeah. I don't know. Of those two, probably a younger Tom Hanks. What's his son's name? Colin Hanks? Maybe you kind of look like Colin, Mr. Hanks Jr. What do you think, Cole? Who do you look like more?
I don't know. I've never got either of those before, so.
Do you know who Dave Matthews is?
Yeah, sort of. I know. I don't really. I don't know.
Dave Matthews is a musician. I'm not a big fan of his music personally. Maybe Kevin is. Tom Hanks, I'm assuming you know who he is, or is that before? Okay, so you've seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Dave Matthews. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing that as. Actually, I kind of do see it. Actually, now that if you Google him, Cole, he kind of actually does look like you. Kevin's not wrong there. That's funny. See, Kevin, this is why I brought Cole on today, to get this funny moment this morning.
Yeah, right, I could see it.
Huh?
I could see it.
Yeah, I could see it too, actually. Let's get some news, though, Cole, because can't just keep talking about your face for the whole show. All right, let's get to today's news. And actually, you wrote this article yesterday. So Dustin Poirier, man, he's got a great Twitter, by the way. And he's always kind of giving insight into the fight game, always honestly, creating rumors almost a lot of the time, calling out Nate Diaz all the time, calling out other guys. But Dan Hooker made a tweet the other day saying, I want you next, or something with a little diamond emoji. So you knew that was referring to Dustin Poirier. And now Poirier saying you can get it for 25 minutes or less. Cole, this is a fight that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Dustin Poirier is number 2 ranked in the division. He's looking for a fight. Hooker's number 5. He's looking for a fight. He wants Gaethje. I don't think Gaethje wants to fight Hooker. He only wants Conor. He only wants the belt. That's the only guys he'll fight. Poirier needs to fight. He's been calling out Nate. It's not going to happen. Hooker makes a lot of sense. There's that card in San Diego in May. That's a perfect main event for that card, Cole. And that gives Hooker a little bit of time to kind of recover after this fight. It is a little soon, I think, because he took a beating in that fight with Paul Felder. But considering it's about 3 months away, 2.5 months away, maybe it's just enough time for him to recover and have a full training camp and get into that fight. Do you think it happens, Poirier versus Hooker?
Yeah, I actually like this fight quite a bit. I agree with you. I don't think Gaethje's going to take that fight. I think Gaethje's set on Conor, even though Ali says that fight's not going to happen. I think it's Conor, or I don't really know if he's going to get the belt. Because say Khabib beats Tony, I think the UFC's going to do Conor Khabib too. I don't think Gaethje's going to get that shot. So I think Gaethje needs to fight. I think he might end up screwing himself if he doesn't fight Conor and Conor just gets the title shot, because then he's going to have to fight someone way lower in the ranks, assuming they do Poirier Hooker. Then he's going to have to fight someone way down, someone below 5. So I think this fight makes a lot of sense. I'd love to see it for a main event, 5 rounds. This would be sweet. But
oh yeah,
I think this fight makes a lot more sense than Poirier and Iaquinta, because they've been kind of going back and forth. I'd rather see Poirier and Hooker.
I wouldn't mind that fight, Poirier Iaquinta, but at the same time, why is Iaquinta getting a number 2 ranked guy when he's ranked number 9 and he already lost to Dan Hooker? Poirier, I know he's coming off a loss, and usually they do match up guys coming off losses with guys coming off losses, Cole. But in this case, this is Hooker's chance to bring him to the top 3, man. If Dan Hooker goes in there and beats Dustin Poirier, that's a title shot for sure, I think, or at least maybe Ferguson after Khabib. I mean, there's a lot going on. Cole, honestly, this whole division is just waiting to see what happens with the fight at UFC 249. It depends on who wins that fight, how they win it, if they make weight, if they make it to the fight. I mean, that fight could get canceled. Who knows, really? So it's all dependent, this whole division, on Tony and Khabib at UFC 249. Hopefully they make weight. Hopefully they have a great fight like we expect them to. And then we'll figure out what happens with Conor, Poirier, Hooker, Gaethje. All those guys are going to get their fights figured out. Again, I just wish this card wasn't in April. I mean, I understand you said it the other day, like Khabib refused to fight in Vegas for good reason in March. I understand that, Cole, but at the same time, I just felt like April is such a long time away. It is what it is. All right, let's get some other news here. This guy, Movsar Evloev, he was featherweight in the UFC, and he's gotten into a motorcycle accident. Poor guy. He was actually hit, so it wasn't his fault. Motorcycles are, I personally find them very dangerous. One of my friends died when I was in high school getting hit by a car. He was making a left-hand turn, got T-boned, and ever since then, I've been kind of really scared of them. So personally, I've never ridden a motorcycle. And my dad actually, he's got a friend with him, and he let him use it like maybe a couple years ago. And of course, my dad got into an accident riding his buddy's motorcycle. So I'm like, I am staying away from these things. Anyways, I just feel bad for this dude, Cole, because this was supposed to be a big fight for him against Jamal Emmers. Originally, it was someone else. I can't remember who it was.
It was Silva de Andrade.
Yeah, that was a big fight for him. I mean, Douglas Silva de Andrade is a pretty good fighter. But yeah, now it's going to be Jamal Emmers. I talked about this yesterday. He's fighting someone else now.
He's fighting Giga Chikadze.
Yeah, that's the fight. So Giga Chikadze was supposed to fight Brandon Davis. That fight was canceled. Or not Brandon Davis, sorry. He was supposed to fight Mike Davis, and that fight was canceled. He just fought Brandon Davis. He's going to fight all the Davises in the UFC, Cole, apparently. Well, yeah, this poor guy. You saw the pictures, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, that could be an injury that keeps him up for a little while. I mean, it looks like, a lot of cuts and bruises, but it just it could be worse than that. It could be internal injuries. We don't really know. But yeah, he hopefully will be okay. But of course, with the fight happening next week, there was no chance in hell he was going to fight at that card goal. Little Nog spoke to MMA Fighting. He says the fight with Shogun is going to be his last fight of his career, Cole. So that's going to be it for Little Nog. Not surprising. 43 years old. I think he's the oldest fighter in the UFC right now. Pretty sure. I can't think of anyone older than him. There's
How old's Olynyk?
Olynyk's 42, I think. He might be, though. Let me double check. Olynyk, 42, yeah. So Little Nog's 43. Olynyk's born in June, so he'll turn 43 in June. Little Nog is 43. He'll be 44 in June. So, and this card's in May. Okay, so he'll be 43 by the time the fight happens. And there's got to be a few other guys we're forgetting, mostly in the heavyweight division. Actually, it's crazy. It's like heavyweights get better as they age, though. Like, look at Olynyk. He's killing it at age 42, right? No surprise that Little Nog's retiring. I just don't understand this matchup. I don't know if I was talking about it with you last week, but I talked about myself, at least, and I'm just, puzzled because they fought twice already. Shogun won both the first two fights. One was 15 years ago. One was 5 years ago. I don't understand why they did it now. I know it's in Brazil. It probably will be a pretty good fight between two strikers, but my argument, Cole, would be I would have used these guys as gatekeepers to build up other guys. That's what I thought they were doing with Little Nog. I was at his fight with Ryan Spann last year. Ryan Spann was supposed to become this big prospect after he knocked him out. I don't know what's going on with Ryan Spann. You probably have more of an insight there than I do. Has he fought since then?
Yeah, he Devin Clark, and then he's fighting Paul Craig.
That's down low, in my opinion. I don't think Devin Clark's that good of a fighter, man. He really isn't. He loses a lot of fights. He can grind guys out, and that's all he does. And who's Ryan Spann fighting next? No
Paul Craig.
Is that a step up? I don't really know if it is. Is it?
I don't know. He's probably a better fighter than Lil Nog, but he's not as big of his name.
Little Nog is old, but he can still knock guys out, Cole. He knocked out Cummins. He knocked out Sam Alvey. He still got power, I'm with you, though.
Well, Figueiredo missed weight.
He did?
127.5.
My man Cole was 0-2 when I asked him 20 minutes ago. I said, Cole, who's going to miss weight? He said, none of them. They're all going to make weight. Waleed led you on, Cole. That sucks, man. So this fight, at this point.
I wonder if he has an extra hour or something. Yeah, he has one additional hour to make weight. Does he really have an hour 20 then? Because isn't it till 11 and then an hour plus that?
It might be.
So we still have to wait and see, but 2.5 pounds in an hour, that might be pretty tough.
I had a feeling. I honestly had a feeling. Anyways, we'll see what happens there. He's still got a little bit of time. But if he doesn't make weight, I'm sure the fight will still go on. It'll just be Benavidez fighting for the belt and not Figueiredo.
And what do you do if Figueiredo wins? That division's...
I don't know. This division's a failure.
Is Cejudo still the champion then?
He's already given up the belt, Cole, so I don't think so.
No, he hasn't given it up until they both step in the octagon. So
are you serious?
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is, just in case the fight never happened. But what does Figueiredo win?
Okay, you're actually right because I'm on the UFC website right now and it says Henry Cejudo is the flyweight champ. So I didn't realize that. Okay.
Like, what do you do if Figueiredo wins? Is Cejudo still the champ then? And like the divisions, like I don't. This is not going to be the UFC if Figueiredo doesn't make weight and then he ends up winning.
Oh man, this is bad. That's a. I don't know what to say. He's got to cut 2.5 pounds in an hour. This is why I call on the podcast. I wanted to see if there's any breaking news, and there was. Oh wow. And he's got to cut 2.5 pounds in an hour. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just terrible. I just got to message Tom quickly, Cole. You want to answer Kevin's question while I message Tom? He says, Luis Pena tweeted the Virginia Athletic Commission has a requirement that all contestants are clean-shaven immediately prior to competition. That's insane, right? Well, I guess they're like the New York Yankees. Anyways, Cole, answer that question while I message Tom.
I saw Luke Thomas tweet about this too. He's tweeting to Luis Pena about it, and he basically just said, I'll find the exact tweet, what he said. He said, where? He basically just said, ask for a waiver, they'll grant it. He's been to hundreds of fights in Virginia. All you have to do is just say, I'm not doing it. You get a waiver, you sign it, then you can keep on doing it. So it is a stupid rule. Like, why does facial hair even matter? Like, most fighters, or not most, like, I'd say a lot of fighters have facial hair in the UFC. A lot of them, their beards are part of their look. Like, especially Luis Pena, that's kind of his thing. Like, he's Violent Bob Ross. It's kind of his shtick is having the beard going on with the hair.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not good. It's not fair. But again, it's not like they're the only sports entity that would make them guys do. Like again, the Yankees made Garrett Cole cut his beard, and he's like the best pitcher in MLB. Go ahead.
Ariel just tweeted he has 1 hour from now to make weight. So I don't get why Figueiredo wouldn't have waited till 11.
He should have waited 20 more minutes. I don't think he's going to make the weight, Cole. I think he's probably going to say, I can't make the weight because how's he going to cut 2.5 pounds in an hour?
Yeah.
How? Tell me how.
I don't think he will.
You know what, Cole? It's like he wasn't even close. Like if he came in at 126, then it's like, okay, like, you know, he's used to that. Maybe he can still cut that last pound. But coming in at 127.5, maybe he put on muscle for this fight or something. I don't know because he looks pretty big in these pictures. Like he's pretty strong looking, but geez, man, that's just bad. That's really bad. Again, guys, he's got an hour. This is breaking news. There's not too many people in the chat right now, so we're kind of talking to ourselves, and Kevin's here too. But yeah, I really hope that this fight still goes on.
Ariel just sent another tweet. He says, worth noting, UFC has said Cejudo is no longer the champ only once the title fight happens. So if for some reason it doesn't happen, Cejudo remains champ.
Then the fight gets canceled at that point. Or maybe they just give it to Benavidez. Just give it to him, man. Like, geez. This is sad, Cole. Okay, let's get to some other stuff here. UFC Saskatoon's been announced June 20th. You're going to go to that one?
No.
You don't want to go to Saskatoon. You know, actually, I took a train through Canada 2 years ago. It was awesome, and we went through Saskatchewan. It's just a lot of, like, grass. It's just a lot of green. That's all it was, really. But, you know, I think it'll be cool for the guys in Western Canada to kind of go to a fight night card. I'm assuming James will be there, hopefully, and he'll be giving some good coverage. I hope. You know, he hasn't been going to many lately, but I'd like to see him there. I won't be going, obviously, but I'll be watching it for sure. Should be a decent card. Don't know who's going to be in the main event. I doubt it's going to be a Canadian in the main event. Well, there's really no one like worthy, I guess. I will say that I'm assuming guys like Hakeem Dawadu and Misha Serkinov will be on the card, though. Anyone else like or he's gone actually. Not Katona. Who's the other guy? I think of Charles Jourdain. He'll be on the card. I'm assuming. Is there anyone else you were thinking about?
No, there's not many Canadians in the UFC. That's basically. Yeah, Duado's from Calgary too, so it's right there too that he'll get a lot of. Oh, Tanner Boser might be. Tanner Boser's tweeting. He said he wants to be on that card.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Let's just quickly get through these other ones, Cole, because I gotta go do this article. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, the pay-per-view numbers below the break-even point. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I saw Kevin Ioli did an article on Yahoo, and he just basically talked to a lot of people. He said they estimated there was millions watching illegal streams. Illegal streams are really hurt pay-per-view buys. Like a lot of people, unfortunately, don't pay for pay-per-views. They just find a stream. It's pretty easy to find streams, and I get why pay-per-view numbers are down kind of across all the board, across all combat sports.
Yeah, it's streaming. It's illegal streaming. Let's say this the fight announcements really quick. Well, I got to get out of here in a second. Hunter, Azure, Umar, Nurmagomedov, UFC 249. Any thoughts on that fight? Umar is Khabib's cousin.
Yeah, it should be a really good fight. 2 undefeated guys, so it should be really good. Umar, he's highly touted. I watched both his PFL fights. He looked good in them, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he looks like in the UFC.
Yep. What else? Laureano Staropoli versus Khaos Williams. Khaos Williams taking on short notice for Phil Rowe. I like this Khaos Williams guy. I mean, Staropoli's not bad, but I think Khaos Williams has a good chance on short notice, Cole. What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Khaos Williams, we've never really seen it. Like, we've never seen what happens if he gets out of that first round. So, like, he obviously has a lot of power. He might catch Staropoli, but we've seen Staropoli. Staropoli's a really technical fighter. He can really just outbox you. So it's interesting to see if he can do that to Khaos Williams or Khaos Williams get an early knockout again.
Yep. Also in that card, Tanner Boser filling in for Rafael Pessoa against Jeff Hughes. I think Tanner Boser's got a good chance to win this fight.
Yeah, I have to favor Tanner Boser. I'm surprised. I think this is it for Jeff Hughes in the UFC.
I don't know why he's taking so many chances. Like, he's not that good, Cole, really.
He was, like, I thought he was going to be so much better, and he is really disappointed in the UFC.
I'm with you. And the last one here, you asked me to do this one, and I saw it last night. I completely forgot about it. It's in Bellator, but it's still a really good fight. Costello and Steenis against Fabian Edwards. When I saw it, I was like, because someone said in London, I was like, oh, it's going to be at UFC London. And then, of course, they're in Bellator. Great fight, though, Cole. Love this fight. I got to lean towards Fabian Edwards, though, man. This guy's a monster. What do you think?
Yeah, I have to lean towards Edwards, too. I think he could be a future title challenger very soon in Bellator.
You could fight Gegard Mousasi within the next year or two, or whoever wins that fight with Lima. All right, Cole, let's get out of here. Plug your stuff, and we'll go.
Twitter @ColeShot91. Just spoke to Juan Adams about signing with Aries, so I'll be up today. Everything else is on my Twitter.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm at MMAdammartin on Twitter, and I'm available at bjpen.com, MMAoddsbreaker.com, and MMAratings.net. Got to go right about this breaking news, guys, with Figueiredo missing weight. Hopefully he makes the weight. He's got an hour from now, but I doubt it, Cole. So we'll see what happens. But it was cool that we actually were on the podcast when this happened and this news broke. Cole, thanks again for joining me. Guys, thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in the whole week. And I'll be back on Monday with Cole. Actually, I'll be back by myself. Then Cole will join me on Tuesday. But I'll be back Monday morning to recap whatever happened at UFC Norfolk. Maybe a flyweight champion is going to be crowned. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Bye.